everyone, welcome back to another episode of Sydney Goes to China. When I started making these videos, I wanted to share with you real experiences of my trips to different places in mainland China. And of course, sometimes they're amazing, but other times not so much. Either way, they're all memories, right? This time we went with my parents to Nan Ao Island. Located in the Shantou Province, it used to be an important transit stop for trade, and it's praised for its beautiful natural landscapes. But unfortunately, the weather wasn't on our side this time. Our first mistake of this trip was deciding to travel during peak Easter weekend, which meant I wasn't actually able to get a direct train from West Kowloon Station. So instead, we went from Hong Kong to Shenzhen and caught another train from there to Shantou. But of course, getting to Shenzhen was already a bit of a struggle. We hopped on the MTR at Admiralty Station thinking it was a breeze until... So a bit of a crazy situation. For some reason, the train stopped running and we all got off at Tai Po Market Station. But it's so packed and everyone's so angry because obviously there's no way to get back on to the next train because it's so busy. Yeah, we're not sure how we're gonna make it to Shenzhen, but we'll figure it out. Finally made it through. That was very, very hectic. Didn't even have a chance to bring out the camera, but we're in Shenzhen now. We're gonna grab some lunch before we grab our train to Shantou. We're checking out a new place. It's I think a stone pot steamed fish place. So excited to try.
With the fish and the two of us.
Oh.
The fish very special.
Yeah.
你收條啦，你睇下。
奶啊！
係咯，頭先有落到奶咩？但係
冇㗎。
咁點解係個魚啊？咁勁！
咁樣噴佢梗係啦。
After lunch, we went back to Shenzhen Station to take our train to Shantou. It was about a 2.5 hours long ride, which meant that by the time we get there, it would almost be dinner time. The Chaoshan area is famous for its food. It has a huge influence on the food in Hong Kong too. Roast goose, beef balls, rice paper rolls. Ugh, I'm drooling already. So before heading into Nan Ao Island, we decided to make a quick detour to check out a popular roast goose shop, and it did not disappoint. And after that amazing meal, we decided to finally hop onto a taxi to get into Nan Ao Island. It's about a 45-minute drive from the restaurant, and we all quickly checked into our hotel and got ready for bed after the day's chaotic journey.
Oh. Not the nicest weather today, but beautiful view.
We went for a morning stroll to look for breakfast. It was very misty, so we couldn't really see much of the view. And that's when we decided that instead of moaning about the weather, we'll make this trip all about food. For breakfast, we wanted to get steamed rice rolls. They're one of my favorite things since I was a kid. I love that the rice paper is steamed fresh here, and it's quite different to the way we have it in Hong Kong. Much more stuffing instead. We also tried the seafood congee. So good. For the rest of the day, we actually asked the hotel to help us arrange a car and a tour guide so that we can check out the different sites of the island. It's quite a big island, so it would take at least half a day to get around it. But to be very honest, we didn't really see much because of the weather, but I'm sure on a good day the views would be spectacular. Anyway, the next food stop was Fresh Seafood. I highly recommend this place. Food was fresh, cooked well, and really good value for money. After lunch, we walked around the area, tried out some local street stalls, and hopped back onto the car to our next site. The sky started to clear up a little bit after lunch, so we got to at least see the sea. But what we loved the most were these coffee stalls in the back of a van. The coffee was surprisingly good too. Anyway, after the tour, we went back to the hotel to relax for a bit. We bought a lot of snacks. And these are so good. They're like deep fried fish. What are you eating?
I don't know what this one is. But it's Powder.
So good. Chilling in our hotel now. Oh, so good!
After we rested up for a bit, it was time to continue our food journey. Are you ready to follow us on our food stall hopping journey?
Cái攞個風筒吹住。咩嗰啲糖？就是麥芽糖做的，味的。跟住真係擺啲香菜，coriander。Interesting.
Very nice.
Raw marinated shrimp and fish skins.
Pretty good.
Actually pretty good.
We were a bit too stuffed to have a proper dinner, so we got a bit of dessert and called it a night. The nightlife was actually quite charming here, with lots of group dancers on the street, so we admired it for a bit before recharging for the next day. Yep, the weather really wasn't on our side this trip. But we walked along the strip to get some breakfast from this local shop that specializes in freshly made fish balls. So sorry though, because I can no longer find the name of this shop. It was so good though. So good that my dad actually wanted to buy some back home. We went for a walk afterwards and spontaneously found a local market. As expected from an island town, it was full of seafood and seafood related products. My dad was getting so tempted to buy some frozen beef and fish balls. But the best find was this. We noticed a stall full of people next to the market and we knew we had to try. They make steamed rice rolls and noodles, so we tried both. And oh my goodness, it was delicious. The rice paper was thin but chewy, and rice noodles has this super unique texture that we've never tried in Hong Kong. If you're ever in Nan Ao Island, this is a stall you must visit. And that was it, the end of our Nan O weekend. To be honest, it wasn't the best trip we've had, but the food really made up for it. We're also a bit anxious about our journey back, expecting it to be super busy. So before that, we went back to Shantou to try another roast goose shop. It was good, but not as good as the first shop. Anyway, we began our journey home, and as expected, it was a bit stressful and hectic, but we won't bore you with the details. We're not sure we'll be returning to Nan Ao Island anytime soon, but at least we gave it a go, right? Have you guys been to Nan O? If so, let me know what you thought of it.